वो छोड़ेगा नंबर नहीं दिला म्यूट तो आवाज इतना पड़ेगी इतना मैं आपके लैपटॉप में म्यूट कैसे करना पड़ेगा अच्छा म्यूट है ओके आप क्यों नहीं रहा चाहिए Hello friends, good morning. We are waiting for some people are still joining, so we'll start in a couple of minutes. We'll start in 2-3 minutes because some people are still joining. Is the screen visible to everyone? The chart, which is a Nifty chart. Is the Nifty chart visible to everyone? Okay. Okay, so let's start. This is a point and figure chart of Nifty futures on 0.05% box size by 3, which is what I use normally. And as you can see here, it had given a sell signal with a big anchor column on the 21st. And after that, the anchor column had given a target of 10,718 and 10,590, both of which have been achieved. 10,718 2 days back and 10,590 today. Of course, that doesn't mean it cannot go lower, but as you can see, it has taken support near the low of 10,535 kind of levels this morning. And what we will do is, since expiry is tomorrow, we will try to make an intelligent guess of where the expiry can be, so that people are not trapped either in longs or in short. In fact, now it has already given a double top buy above this level of 10,570, and on a very short-term chart, it is in a buy mode. But you can see the slope of the moving average, which is the typical 10-column moving average, that is still going down. So this might be just a pullback, and this doesn't necessarily mean that Nifty has reversed. So you can see that it has started going up for the time being, but till where and whether this short-term uptrend can continue, that we can see now. Let's start with the straddle charts. First, I'll take the 10,700 straddle chart. So this is a straddle chart of 10,700 call and put together. You can see here it has given a double top buy first thing in the morning. It made a big anchor column and then it gave a double top buy, but now it has started coming down. Now the 10,700 put call is only 10 rupees and the 10,700 put is 130, 131. Now that the straddle chart has started coming down, between the two, the one is 10, one is 130, and if the total is coming down, which means the put has started coming down, because the call cannot bring the straddle down. It is only 10 rupees. Even if 10 becomes 9, it won't affect the straddle much, which confirms the short term uptrend which Nifty has made. In fact, it has almost made a triple top, triple bottom sell here. But at the same time, the low on Monday was around 112. This morning also it was around 114. So if you make a small calculation of arithmetic, 10,700 plus 114, 10,700 minus 114, that comes to about let's say 110. So 10,580 kind of levels on the lower side, and 10,814 kind of level on the higher side. So as long as this 100 level is not broken on the 10,700 straddle, that means expiry can be beyond 10,580, I mean below 10,580 or above 10,814. That is a bit too wide levels for the timing, but it has started coming down. So that is important. Now let's go to the 10,600 straddle, because that is also now sort of in the money. This straddle is still in a sell. It had not given a buy at all, and in fact it had a big anchor column first thing in the morning. Today you can see from almost 138 to 97. So as long as 137, you can say 140 level is not crossed, this straddle will keep going down. Now this also means 10,600 plus 140 and 10,600 minus 140. So 10,600 plus 140 gives a level of 10,740, and 10,600 minus 140 gives a level of 10,460. So as long as the 10,600 straddle is below 140, expiry range can be between 10,460 and 10,740. So this is what has narrowed down the level. So this also means that one should not be very bullish above, if at all Nifty goes towards 10,700 sometime later today or maybe tomorrow. At the same time, below around 10,500, one should not be very bearish, because this straddle is still going down. And similar thing was seen in the morning when Nifty made a low of 10,535. You saw a reversal and Nifty has started going up now. If you see the Nifty level now, it is still 572. So, I mean, there is no momentum on the upside, but that double top buy continues. So, as long as 10,530, 10,535 level holds on the lower side, there can be a retracement. Now, till where can be this retracement? Now, the moving average is still coming down, in fact, quite fast. Right now, it is at 10,649. And that once this price meets that moving average, now, in fact, now there is a column of O, which is a pullback after the high made near 10,585 kind of levels. So the next double top buy above 10,585, as and when this column reverses, the next column can be a good buy till the moving average, which might be around 10,630, 10,640 by that time. So that can be a good trade above 10,585. Only thing is it has not yet reversed, so we'll have to wait till this reverses. And you can see the exo zone is still in a red, so which means exo zone is nothing but the number of X's and the difference of the number of X's and number of O's in the last 20 columns. So in the last 20 columns, you will see there are more number of O's, which means prices have been coming down. And that's why this XO zone, which is kind of a histogram, is plotting red. That also has slightly started going up, but then for it to go up and become green, there is still a lot of time. You will need a lot of X's on the above chart, which means the price has to keep going. Till that time, it is still in a downtrend. So this might be just a pullback. So one thing we have arrived at is the lower level, worst case 10,480, 10,460. So even if it goes down, this is not the place to go short fresh. That is number one. Number two, you can play for long, maybe at a lower level with maybe a stop loss of 20, 30 points, or above 10,585 with this, whenever this column reverses. That is one way to do it. Now let's see Bank Nifty. Bank Nifty also gave a sale on the same day on the 21st here, with counts of 26,848 and 26,581, both of which were achieved. It also made a low near 26,440, 450, and that has also reversed. In fact, something strange is happening here. You can see Bank Nifty has not yet given a pullback, which Nifty futures has given. So this is still in a short-term uptrend. Here the moving average is near 26,660. So we are talking about another maybe 140 points. Maybe by that time the moving average might come lower. So 100, 120 points, it has room to go up. So again, as per this chart, it is not a place to sell here because there is the risk reward ratio to go short is definitely not good. So wait for it to go up and then wait for it to reverse on the column. That is number one. Now, if you see the straddle chart of bank, let's take a straddle of 26,500. This is a bank nifty 26,500 straddle chart. It is a total of 26,500 call and 26,500 put. This has given a very big anchor column in the morning from 387 all the way down to 240, which is a 140 point drop in the first opening trade. Now, as long as this is below the top, which is let's say 390, so 26,500 plus 390 is 26, let's say 26,900, 26,500 minus 390 is 26,100. At the same time, this straddle is still going down. So maybe this high of X, which is about 263, that can be, you can say that is more of a deciding level, which comes if you add and subtract from the strike price, that comes to 26,750 and 26,250. These are the kind of levels. The low of bank nifty was 26,450. So maybe bank nifty has some sort of room on the downside, but again, this is not the place to go short fresh. You need to wait and watch at a higher level what happens. Now, if you go to one more chart of nifty strangle, this is a chart of 10,500 put and 10,700 call. Since nifty is in between, I have selected these strike prices, and in any case, expiry is tomorrow, so these will give a effect, some view on the chart. Now here also you will see there's a big anchor column from 62 to 33, and it is still going down. Now, if just to calculate the broad range, 62 plus 10,700 means 10,760. 10,500 minus 62 is 10,440. So everything points out to a level of 10,460, 10,480 on the lower side and 10,720, 740 on the higher side. So these charts indicate that expiry might be between 10,460 and 10,740, which is 180 point. It's not very, you cannot narrow it down further. But what it shows is at the lower levels, you should not go short as long as these straddles and strangles are coming down. So at lower levels, even if the low breaks of 10,535 and let's say it goes towards 10,500, that is not the time to go short. In fact, you can take a contrarian long in terms of maybe a 10,500 call or maybe even 10,600 call, because you can expect Nifty to go up towards 10,600 or maybe even 10,650 or 10,700 by tomorrow. Similarly, on the bank Nifty, since we have that 26,300 and 26,700 range, on any dip, this is not the place to go short. You can think of going long and with the upper range of 26,750, maybe on the higher side. But towards 26,400, 26,300, that is not the place to go short. Even if the chart says so, even if there is weakness, even if Asia is weak or Dow futures is weak, that is not the place to go short. As long as these straddles and strangles are coming down, there is no strength in the straddle of any strike price of, near the current price of Nifty and Bank Nifty. So momentum towards the downside is not very strong as of now. I'll take some questions now. No, I will not be able to answer any stock specific charts because that is not the topic today. That we can take some time later. So now if you go to the Nifty chart right now, again, it is still in a pullback zone after the initial surge, this one. So it is still about 10,575. Now, if you go to the individual call and put charts, let's take 10,600 put. On a 3% chart, this was in an uptrend since Monday afternoon, but now you can see the exo zone is still green, but now you can see it has come below the moving average, which is not a very bullish sign as far as the put is concerned. So let's say the moving average is near 75 right now, and the put is about 65, 66 kind of levels. So as long, and in fact there was a small anchor column here which is about 77. So as long as this 77, 78 level is not crossed by the 10,600 put, this put can come down. So this can be a trade short right now at 66 with the stop loss above 77, maybe 80. And if expiry is above 10,600, you get complete premium, which is 66 with a stop loss of only 15 rupees. So it's a good risk reward as long as you can maintain the stop loss, which is only 15 rupees right now. At the same time, if you go to the 10,700 put, which will be deep in the money for the time being, on a 3% chart, it has given a big anchor column in the morning from 60 to 157. So the basic theory of anchor column is as long as this low of anchor column holds, which is about 60, that is a very strong chart. So the 10,700 put indicates that this put is strong. So as long as this moving average is with the moving average is around 122, 123, and the low of this O is also 127. So above, if this put goes below 120, or even if this put gives a double bottom sell below 123 or 122 now, and then the moving average starts coming down, curving down, that will also indicate that this put might come all the way down to this high, which is about 80, or maybe even here, which is 60. And that will also confirm that Nifty is in a downtrend. But right now, this put is naturally in an uptrend because this is a deep in the money put. Now, if you look at the call charts, let's look at the 10,500 call, whether that is showing any signs of recovery. 10,500 is again in the money. On a smaller time frame, in the sense time frame is on a smaller box size of 1%, it has shown that it has given a double top buy. It has a series of double top buys. In fact, the exo zone has become green. This is a 1% chart. So this low of 70 will be crucial on this put. Now, if you just do a small calculation, 10,500 plus 70 is 10,570, and this is for tomorrow. So as long as this low holds, then we narrow down the expiry to further, it will be above 10,570, which is a simple mathematics. I mean, it's just a addition. 10,500 plus 70 is 10,570. So if this low of 70 on this 10,500 call holds, that means expiry will be above 10,570. So automatically from 10,480, this call has given an indication that expiry might be 10,570 as long as this low on the call holds. If this goes higher, then let's go to a higher box size, which is 3%. In fact, it has given a triple top buy. This is something on a point and figure chart on options on 3% box size. This is an extremely bullish sign typically. So if again with us right now it is at about 89, this gave a triple top buy around 92. So this might be a good risk reward for someone who doesn't want to short options by buying at 89 or maybe on dip with a stop loss below the day low, which is 70. On the higher side, again, it can go towards the moving average, which is 126 right now. Or if it crosses the moving average, maybe towards the day high, which is around 190. So these are a couple of trades, in fact, which we can identify from these charts. Similarly, if you go to the Bank Nifty 26,500 put, let's see what that is suggesting. Now this put is still in an uptrend, though in fact it has just gone below the moving average and gone above it again. But on a 3% chart, it is below the moving average. So if this put goes below this low, which is around 106, that will confirm that Bank Nifty also has bottomed out. Right now, it is facing resistance at the moving average, which is at about 125, 126. In fact, the put is there right now. But if it gives a fresh sell signal below 108, 110 kind of levels, then one can short it with this high as the stop loss, which is above the moving average. And since we said the expiry might be near 26,500 or maybe higher, this put might go to zero. But again, these anchor columns are something which you cannot ignore. So one is this anchor column. The low of this anchor column is 92. So this needs to be broken with force. When I say with force, it means maybe in one single column within 10-15 minutes kind of time frame. Now, if you see the 26,500 call, let's see if that is giving any indication. Now, this also has given a double top buy on a 1% chart here, but again, it has come below the moving average. So, right now, it is not showing much of a strength. On a 3% chart, it has given a double top buy, but again, it has started reversing. So, there is still not much of strength on this. So, there are two things. One is this 26,500 call above this high, let's say above 130 kind of levels, and the 26,500 put below 105. So once these two are triggered, that means the bank nifty can start moving up. I'll take some questions now. We are approaching the end. How do you determine which call? Do you think shorting 27,000 call? 27,000 call of today's expiry, that will be hardly anything. Let me go to the 27,000 call. It is just 10 rupees. Now, I am quite against shorting options of these levels because first of all, what is the stop loss on this 3% chart? Let's say your stop loss is way above, which is day high, which is 60. So shorting at 9 and 10 with a stop loss of 60 doesn't make any sense. If you want a tighter stop loss, which can be this high, this X column of X, which is 15, maybe that might be a good idea. But if I mean, this is not a trade which I would advise shorting at 10 with a stop loss of 15. It's I mean, not a good risk reward on this trade. How about buying 10,600 call? Let me go to the 10,600 call. Now 10,600 call, okay, has made a bottom, has given a series of double top buys on a 1% chart. On a 3% box size, in fact, it's a bit something quite strange. It has given a double top buy on a 3% chart on two occasions, and now it is above the moving average, and the moving average has gone flat. So the next follow-up buy, which will be above 41, and if that happens very soon, then with a stop loss below 30, buying above 41 with a stop loss below 30 can be a good idea. But again, in fact, the column has reversed slightly now, and the moving average is flat. So buying above 42 with a stop loss below 30 can be a good idea. But again, you need to remember, once this trade is taken, we have the higher level on the expiry range capped above 10, 720, 740 kind of levels. So maybe around 120, 140, you need to book it also, because from the straddle chart, it is unlikely to go beyond 10, 750. So there you need to trail, but then you need to book partially before that. 10,700 call with no SL has no meaning, because you have a SL of 10 rupees on 10,600 call as and when it goes above 10,600. So that will be a better trade. 10,700, I don't know what is the price. It will be below 10 only, I think. Let me check. Yeah, it is 10 rupees. So, I mean, you can have a stop loss of 10 rupees with a target of something like 30, 20, 30, or maybe even 40. Yeah, that is a trade, but then I don't know what it is going to pay. So, it's better to buy the 10,600 call above 42 with a stop loss below 30. Now, let me see where Nifty is now again. Now Nifty has come back to 585. So now this column is reversing, and the next double top buy, which is right now at 10,590. So if Nifty moves above 10,590 futures, then it can, now you can see that moving average has dipped even further. It is only 10,623. So once this goes above 10,590 with a stop loss below this 10,560, even Nifty futures can be bought, and then that can be traded. So these are few trades which we have spotted live. We have spotted the range of the expiry, and also some trades on the short side or on the long side. Now let me see the put charts which we had talked about, whether anything has happened on that. Yeah, in fact, Nifty 10,600 put we discussed, it was at the moving average. It has given it has got rejected and it has started coming down. So it will give a double bottom sell below 57 and above 70. In fact, we discussed that it can be shorted near 70 with a stop loss above 80. So that is working now, but it needs to go below this, which is 59, 55, and then you can trail it. Any chances for BNF 26,600 or 26,700? Yeah, we like we discussed. As long as on the lower side 26,300, 400 holds, there is a chance Bank Nifty can go back to 26,600 or 700. But above 26,750 looks a bit unlikely right now. So let's see what Bank Nifty is doing. Bank Nifty also continued to give that double top buy, and it is still in the same column of X right now. And as long as the low, which is 26,460 of this column holds, it can go towards 650, 660, or maybe the moving average, which is dipping fast. So what needs to happen is the moving averages on Nifty and Bank Nifty need to be crossed. Then the moving average needs to become flat like here, and then it needs to start going up. Once that happens, like we saw in the 10,600 call, then there can be a short-term bounce on Nifty till expiry. Let's take it on a 3% box size. Yeah, so you can see the moving average has become flat now, almost a straight line. So, and this is giving support now. You can see the column of O low is right on the moving average. Once this goes above the double top buy level is 41.5. So that's why I said a buy above 42 with the stop loss below 29. By that time, hopefully this exozone will also become green, and then one can trail it maybe to the low of this, which is about 90 or maybe even 120. Yeah, if you look at the OI also, the PCR at 10,500 of Nifty. If I want to see just, if you just want to check the Nifty PCR at 10,500, right now it is more than 3.5. In fact, 44.4 is the OI of the puts and 12 is the OI of the calls. What it means is the number of puts which have been written at 10,500 are more than 3.5 times that of 10,500 call. Now, if you go to 10,600, the OI of the put is 30 lakhs and OI of the calls is 37 lakhs. So this needs to change. This is a bit bearish. 30 upon 37 is about, I mean, it's less than 0.9. So this is not bullish as of now. But then if you start, okay, let's take a chart of 10,600 put and let's check the OI. OI can be seen only on a candlestick chart. So in fact, the put has started coming down very fast. You can see it on the candlestick chart. Now I'll plot the OI. There is not much to be seen on the OI, but then this needs to keep going up. You can see the moment the put made a high over here, the OI started going up. Now, if this OI crosses this peak, which was around 32 lakhs, right now it is 30.3 lakhs, then the put call ratio at 10,600 will change. And then if you look at this on an hourly chart, so this is the picture on a simple candlestick pattern. This is a roughly kind of a doji level at the highest point. and the low has been broken. So maybe we have made the bottom top of the day as far as this put is concerned, which gives a high of 92. So 10,600 minus 90 also gives a level of 10,510. So on any dip, this continues to be a buy as long as this high of 92 is not crossed. Now, if you see the 10,600 call on a candlestick chart with OI, now the OI has been going up drastically. I'll just put a day separator here. So you can see from Monday afternoon onwards, the OI has started going up. So there has been a lot of writing in the 10,600 call. So you need to keep a watch on this figure of which is 36.8 lakhs right now, the OI of the 10,600 call. If that starts getting covered, then this call can go up. And now, in fact, it is 38. So on the point and figure chart, we did get a level of above 43. So buying that with a stop loss below 29, and then at the same time, if this open interest starts dropping, that will be a sign of short covering in the call, and then that means that further confirms that Nifty can expire higher tomorrow. So I hope you got some insight into how you can read an expiry, uh, guess an expiry range on the last 2 days, and let's see how it pans out in the next few hours, and let's take it from there. Thank you.